Hachette Audio presents Battling the Oceans in a Rowboat, crossing the Atlantic and North Pacific on Oars and Grit. Written and read by Mick Dawson. Prologue. Rowing for my life. In 1999, I was a former British Royal Marine struggling to find his way in life after leaving the service. Increasingly disillusioned and isolated, I knew I was looking for something, but I had no idea what. Then I found my purpose. By 2001, I'd successfully rowed across the Atlantic Ocean and was determined to become the first person to row across the North Pacific from Japan to San Francisco. Nearly a decade later, together with my friend and rowing partner, Chris Martin, I accomplished that goal. This is a story of 2 successful Atlantic crossings, 2 less successful solo North Pacific crossings, and 1 glorious world first. It's a story of ocean adventures where I would discover more about myself than I ever could have imagined. I hope I can do the people who helped make them possible justice in the pages that follow, particularly the 3 people who rowed with me. I went to sea with 1 brother, and I came back with 3. Chapter 1. Alone at Sea. August 22nd, 2004. That morning, I was having the time of my life. By the end of the day, I was fighting to save it. I'd been at sea, alone, unsupported, and without regular communications for 109 days in a rowing boat. Just to clarify, this was not the familiar type of rowboat that might be used on a lake or a pond. This was a specially designed, totally self-sufficient ocean rowing boat. It was 21.5 feet long, 6 feet across at its broadest point. A sealed bow section and a cabin at the back where I could sleep and shelter from the big storms, sandwiched an open rowing deck in the middle. On the rowing deck there was the same sliding seat assembly you'd find on a flat water rowing boat, toughened up considerably to cope with the demands of an extended ocean rowing passage. I'd rowed more than 4,500 miles across the North Pacific in that boat. Departing Japan early in May, my goal was to become the first person to row across the North Pacific, finishing beneath the span of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. That morning, with little more than 1,400 nautical miles between me and the finish line, I allowed myself to believe that success was within my grasp. But not for the first time, nor for the last, the North Pacific had other ideas. Although it was the most challenging of my ocean rowing adventures, the North Pacific wasn't the first of them. That had been 3 years earlier, in 2001, with a 3,000-mile voyage across the Atlantic with my brother Steve.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?